Yo, we back. Battle Rap Arena, 15 Minutes of Fame Radio. We back with the icon, the legend, my man Smack. But I had to bring all my homies to interview, to help interview because I've been promising this interview for a while. So, Have, what's good? I know you got a lot to ask the big homie right here. What's up?
Man, listen. First and foremost, it's an honor for you to even be here because I'm going to tell you why. Not for no battle shit. For what you did for fucking hip-hop, bro.
That's what's up, man.
And, like, real talk, like, yo, you are really an icon, a hip-hop icon, not just for some battle shit. So I just want to thank you for even coming here.
No, I appreciate
first
that,
and foremost,
I appreciate
man.
the recognition, man. You know what I mean? Thank you for having me. You know, I mean, I'm just, glad to be here. You know what I mean? For real, though.
Yo, Smack, yesterday was the 4-year anniversary of the Smack URL, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did you ever imagine from where we started, from you without the beard, to where we are today?
Yeah, man. I can't even. People say I look like a fiend without the beard. I think I'm stuck. I'm locked.
I'm trying to catch up to you, my dude. I'll be there in a minute.
I see you,
Smack.
Big gang.
No big gang.
Now, Smack, what the fans want to know is like, what made you transition the battles into a league? What made you come up with the idea of taking the battles from a DVD to the internet and creating Smack Your? What was your thought process behind that?
Just basically, giving and creating a platform just to raise the awareness of the art form. You know what I mean? I thought that, the art form needed to be promoted, and, I was always an advocate of this art form from the beginning of my career, from the Smack DVDs, and I just wanted to, just throw my flavor in and just bring it to the level where we could just organize it and bring the battles to, certain venues so it could be respected as a hip-hop sport. And we created, the URL, the Ultimate Rap League, and, we making history out here, for real.
Now, did you ever imagine it would start from the street corners to basically almost arenas, big clubs, thousands of people coming out? Was that your vision from the jump? Did you surpass expectations, or do you feel like it's going to continue to grow?
I mean, I always knew that, it was highly, a lot of interest in the culture, you know what I mean? When we first started doing it back in the Smack DVD days, when we used to have the battles on the corners, we used to have 300, 400 people out there. Yeah. Cops, police used to come shut us down talking about y'all don't got permits, so y'all can't shoot. We had to move, certain battles to parks where, we go in the park. They can't bother us in the park just to basically complete the battles and everything like that. So, as I grew in my career and matured, and I recognized, wow, if I could get all these people to come inside a venue and cover and pay a cover charge just to basically see the battles, you could basically have a legitimate business. So, that's basically what we did.
Let me just jump in real quick too. Now Smack DVDs, that's basically where the battles came from. What we're talking about was the main focus originally wasn't the actual battles though, right? It was putting independent artists and stuff out.
Yeah,
what was the main focus of the DVD?
Oh, the Smack DVD was just basically showcasing hip hop in its purest form.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Not just underground artists, but mainstream A-class artists. You know what I'm saying? We interviewed and we worked with everybody from Eminem to 50 Cent to Kanye to, Ludacris, whoever was popping at the time, just giving them a look that you wouldn't be able to see on, your regular network such as MTV, BET. You know what I'm saying? You get to see, the real them, with without all the political, with them being politically correct rather, and just getting into their real world, you get to see who they are for who they are, and we used to just put them on a compilation disc and service them around the world. Right. So
well, at the time when you were doing that, to me, being a consumer at the time, buying the DVDs, I looked at it like y'all were actually helping the artists more than the mainstream, because we didn't really have the media like we do now, the internet wise. You know what I mean? So the hood was more in tune with cop than the DVD before turning to MTV. Like, it's a good thing now.
Right.
But I just know that a lot of the environment where I was at in New York at the time, Brooklyn and Queens, they was copping the Smack DVDs before they would turn on that TV.
Mm-hmm.
So that right
Absolutely.
there, the artists had to come to you back then, right? Like
Yeah.
they like it wasn't like a must, but it was like, yo, you know what? If I want to get the hood in every state, I gotta come to him.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? We had every hood in America locked down, and we just had the attention of, like, you know what I mean, the urban communities all across all the country, all across the world, really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, mainly, you know, United States. And, yeah, we locked down a lot of, you know, urban markets. And this was prior, you know, like you said, internet.
Yeah.
So, you know, this was the outlet, the street outlet. Like, you know what I mean? Smack DVD was known as being, like, the street
Yeah, if
Bible.
you wasn't on Smack, you
Word.
wasn't popping.
Street
Word.
Bible.
Now,
You
was
know what I mean?
there a specific battle that made you believe in the company that you have today out there? Like, what battle said, "Yo, this what we gonna do"?
If you say
You
that
know what I mean?
went on in Harlem on 125,
Yeah, you know, it's definitely going to be the Murder Mook, you know what I'm saying, J Mills battle.
yeah.
You know, I mean, but this is what the battles this is what we did, like, as youth before, like, you know what I mean, the cameras was even out where you could actually capture the content and import it into your own computer. You know, before these days, we used to do these battles in a lunchroom. This is what we
Yeah,
grew up
yeah.
coming. This is what we did. Who got the illest rhyme? Going back and forth, you know what I mean, round for round, this, you know what I mean, doing it, like, you know what I mean, and you know, I was just basically the first to actually catch this content on camera and service it around the world,
Yeah.
so people could, you know what I mean, recognize it and respect it as an art form.
Do you think that's why most of the mainstream artists and the business people in the industry respect it so much and show so much attention now? Because they come from where you come from with it too, where they had the battling in the lunchroom and all that.
Everybody comes from, like, if you're a real MC, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I mean, when it comes to the battles is basically based on competition. Hip hop is competition. Who got the best rhymes? Who got the best flow? Who got the best, you know, metaphors and, you know, similes, and, you know, who's the better MC?
Yeah.
That's what hip hop is about. I'm gonna rock the mic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like when you got, you know, two people competing against each other, you know what I'm saying? That's hip hop. You feel me? So,
Yeah.
So,
Now it's on, obviously, a larger stage. It's insane. We had Summer Madness recently. You had a couple thousand people outside, and, you know, I call it. Where do you see it going now? Like, from where it was before to now,
I mean,
how much bigger can it get?
I mean, it could get a lot bigger. You know what I mean? I see it, you know, possibly going to, like, you know, arenas, you know, with the right, you know, people behind it. You know, definitely hitting, like, you know, networks. You know, we just basically, you know, established a little situation with, you know, BET. You know, we got the UFF Ultimate Freestyle Friday. We brought the Ultimate Feel to the BET platform. You know, that was a big, you know what I mean, accomplishment for the culture. You know what I mean? But I see it really getting big and, you know, really selling out arenas and taking this around the world on worldwide tours and just, you know, just you know, promoting this art form so it could be respected as its own industry within inside the hip hop culture.
Now, as big as it's grown, you've become obviously iconic and all that. You've also now started receiving a lot more criticism. It seems like we're our own worst enemy. Mm-hmm. We have an expectancy with it. How are you dealing with that, with the criticism and all that?
I mean, I'm just embracing it. You know what I mean? I'm embracing it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's energy that keep me going. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have your haters. You know what I mean? You're going to have your supporters. You know, I'm just working. I'm on my mission, and, you know, my eyes is on accomplishing my goals at all time. So I'm not really, you know what I'm saying, I don't really get caught up into, like, you know what I'm saying,
No.
what people are talking about and things
No,
like that.
I've never seen you really respond to anything. But recently at Summer Madness, obviously there was an incident and stuff like that, and there was a lot of stuff that happened that was put out to the media, and for the first time, people actually seen you respond. What was your thought process behind that? And
Behind the response?
yeah, behind the response, and why did you respond? Because you usually don't respond to anybody.
Well, with the activities and you know the situations that happen at Summer Madness, I just felt that, you know, me being, you know, one of the leaders of the culture, I had to basically, you know, let the fans know what and how I felt from my perspective, and like, you know, about the situation and all the things that happen at Summer Madness. You know what I mean? Like, people take shots at me all the time, you know what I'm saying? I just, you know what I mean, keep it moving. But, like, you know what I mean, when it comes to, like, you know, destructiveness when it comes to the culture or, you know what I mean, my organization, you know, I got to talk up, you know what I mean? I couldn't let those situations just go past without me, you know what I mean, letting the people know how I felt and what happened from my points of views. And, you know, and I think when I respond, everybody respected it, you know?
No, like I said, like, for the first time, people actually seen, like, not that you were emotional or anything, but they actually seen it in your face. And in
I
the
was
blood.
very emotional. I was emotional, man. I mean, it hurt. It hurt. You know what I mean? With what happened at Summer Madness, I was hurt. I'm still hurt because, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I mean, my team and myself just apply so much energy and concentration, and we work so hard to build and create an outlet for, like, a lot of these MCs, and then when they come and do certain things and not respect what we have built, you know what I mean, when we got, you know what I mean, the world watching us, it's just like a real slap in the face, you know what I'm saying? So I was very emotional, you know what I mean, because it's like, you work so hard to build something up, and then at a drop of a dime, everything could just be taken away just off of, you know what I mean, a stupidity or, you know, a stupidity or off a rapper or something like that. So, you know what I mean?
When your first reaction, when you said it's over, shut it down, was that coming from you or was that coming from security? This is questions that people ask.
That was coming from me. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely my call. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Decision.
Yeah, that was my decision, because at the end of the day, you know what I mean, it's like, after witnessing certain activities like that happen, it's like, it just takes the energy away from everything. Like, you know what I mean? We still trying to recover from that. Because
can I ask you though, like, you know, being that the situation happened, what's your relationship now with Math, if there is any? Like, is it like, does he understand that, you know, you had to do what's right for your business, or is he mad? Like, what's the relationship?
I haven't really
now?
spoken to Math. Like, you know what I mean? That's my brother. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, I don't hate Math. I just hate what he did. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think, you know, it was a very unfortunate situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think, you know, he really needs to get help, because, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, you got so many eyeballs watching us, and so many people, like, just trying to figure out how can they get involved to make this business and make this culture expand. And then when you display those particular type of actions, it just turns everybody that might wanted to get involved in the culture, it turns them off. Yeah. So I just think it's crazy.
Now, a lot of people don't know how difficult it was already to book a venue in New York City. And now with the incidents that happened, how much more difficult is it? And do you feel like New York City has a phobia of hip-hop? And how is it affecting what we're doing?
Definitely. It's definitely like, no club want to deal with the brand at this particular time in New York City.
Just because of that?
Just because of that one incident.
Wow, that's deep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, they scared. It's a liability. You know what I mean? It's a black eye, you know, for the brand.
Yeah.
And for the culture.
Yeah.
Just in battle rap, period. This is what this shit is about, is what people gonna say. Like, we get millions and millions of new fans every day that's basically, you know, watching this, that's learning about the culture, that's, you know what I mean, just, you know, coming in and just, you know, getting familiar with what, you know what I mean, battle rap is. So you come see that first time, you wouldn't be like, oh, this is what this
True.
is about.
Yeah,
true.
And you know, let people know we've had over like 30 something events.
Oh yeah, like we've been doing this, like you said, 4 years. This is our 4-year anniversary. You know what I'm saying? We over like 300 battles in.
Well,
Without no situation.
How do you recover? But how do you recover from? Let's end it with how do you plan on recovering from that? Because I know you took a little bit of a hurt.
Yeah.
Venue wise,
Well,
what's Smack's plan on?
well, like I said, we don't condone no violence in our organization and what we do. So Math is definitely banned from. You know what I'm saying?
There's no way ever to bring him. You think he can come back?
I mean, no, at this time it can't, because then that'd be me co-signing those particular activities.
Yeah.
I can't co-sign that. You know what I mean? I just can't. Like, even, and if it was to happen again, then what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, then what? Like, it's just an unfortunate situation. It's a very unfortunate situation, and I mean, I just gotta stand strong and just just ride with my beliefs. And this is a sport of lyricism and intelligence, and this ain't a physical sport.
Yeah.
So
this has definitely been something it's been real good for hip hop, as we see with 50 making his comments today. This right here, which y'all have created, brings everybody together in entertainment and fans for our sports, R&B artists, whatever. You know what I mean? Artists, like,
it's the new form of hip hop entertainment.
Yeah. Everybody,
you know what I'm
saying? You know how many females I know that come to me online and talk about when they see me at an event and be like, "Oh, that's my favorite battle rapper," this and that. It's more females that come at me than male friends. Yeah. This is a big thing, so I understand how it hurts when something like that happens. But the 4-year anniversary, right? You having 4 years invested right now. Like, I just want to ask you, and I want to ask you too, because y'all both, this is your anniversary. Yeah. Which both of y'all most memorable moment that y'all like, yo, that right there was like, I love that we doing this because of that moment. What's y'all number one memorable moment from both of y'all?
Smack, you go.
I mean, just basically, you know what I'm saying, just being...
Don't be political, Smack.
Nah, never political.
Yeah, man.
R&T for life.
Let's go.
Nah, I mean, just having the support of, the number one dudes in the game, such as, a big homie Puff coming through, you know what I mean, throwing me 10,000 off the balcony, like, yo, man, I'm giving whoever win the next round, like, yo, they taking this home, Smack, this for you, you know what I mean, and just getting the support from, icons like him and, Buster and Q-Tip and, you know what I mean, all of them just coming through, Jada, just really, like, not even supporting, but just enjoying.
Yeah,
they
as fans.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's like to have them come through and be entertained. It's like a real good feeling, and I mean, I think that was one of the highlights of the URL history, when I had Diddy and Buster and Q-Tip all on the balcony, just wilding and having fun and eating pizza up there, not leaving, standing up for like 9 hours straight. They want to see everything. I ain't leaving until it's over. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So
you gotta be in shape up in the balcony. I've been up there standing up in the back.
So I think that's definitely my number one. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, my favorite moment of 4 years. It gotta be walking up to Summer Madness too. Just walking up,
seeing it outside.
I remember just pulling up. I think I was the first person there, and I'm like, "Yo, this shit is crazy."
Word. I
remember calling Chico, Smack, Bees, like, "Yo, my nigga, the line is from here to Germany. This shit is crazy."
Yeah.
And I knew Puff was coming for a couple days, but actually seeing Puff and Puff actually saluting us, that shit was crazy. Because that's one of the people I looked up to coming up in the industry. So definitely seeing Puff in the building, man, and just it just seeing that crowd go crazy. But
So y'all both picking the same event.
Definitely.
That right
You
there.
just
is
riding my
monumental.
coattails.
I am.
Right.
I think
I
about
thought you
it.
was gonna come with something different. He remixed it a little bit, Smack. He was like outside walking up
Smack,
to
you know
the
what I mean? Smack don't be outside. When Smack come through, he just throws
I ain't
the
never
sign.
seen Smack outside. When
I
I've
be
been
walking
out
the
there,
lines, though. I do walk the lines.
I've never seen you walk the line,
Nah,
Smack.
I seen
it's
him
on
walk the
footage,
line.
it's on
I
footage.
saw-
I
Like,
see
you know,
him
I
out
be
there
trying to show love.
24/7.
I try to show love. Like, I shake hands with the people. I swear, like, I'm a fan first and foremost of this coach, and I'm just like everybody else that's standing on the line, that's buying the ticket. I love it. Like, I go shake their hands, take pictures and all that.
Nah,
For real.
Now, yo, let me ask you too. Like, yo, in my interviews, yo, people like send me questions like about mad shit. They knew you was coming. Yo, the number one complaint that I get, like when people ask me, dropping of the battles. Yeah. Like, I don't think the people understand what goes into this. Yeah. Like, can you explain to the people like why the battles take so long to drop?
Wait, have you ever addressed this?
Yeah, I did it.
No, on a show.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
No, you didn't Smack. This the first time.
Yeah, come on,
Smart up.
Go ahead, though.
What is the?
niggas time is like you see
I
right there.
don't deal with the editing. What is the process?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
the editing out of certain things.
Yeah, I mean,
What's up?
It's a product. You want the brand to look right.
yeah, but that ain't no excuse, man. I gotta be real about the situation. My production team just gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Boss Chick now is looking at you, Smack. I don't know. She got an issue with you.
Yeah, nah, my production team, we working hard to try to, you know what I mean, establish, some
political.
stability.
Okay.
But I can't take it. I mean,
Word.
we sometimes, I mean, the battles come out
Decent.
decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just think that the anticipation of the battles is so high is when the battles happen, people want to see them right away, so it just seems so long.
Yeah.
When something is so highly anticipated, I just think that the battles it just seems so much longer when you waiting for something that you really want to see.
So,
but they I can't say that the system could be, much better.
Okay,
I'm unhappy with the process of how long these battles is taking out, and I'm working, diligently to actually, make the situation work where, we getting a faster response on the releases of these battles. You feel me? Like,
you know what the crazy part is, with all the people complaining, the fan base is still growing. They still watching. It's always going to be I'm trying to give it to
you
want the fans to be happy.
Yeah,
I
want a good experience, and
no doubt.
I want the culture to move. You know what I mean? At a certain rate. So
it's good that that's out there, that they know you do have a problem with that too.
I do.
And like, you don't just recognize that you have a problem with it too as well.
Yeah,
that's you still being a fan.
Fans ain't happy. I ain't happy.
Do you like? I know for us and other people we always spoke to about it, even the battle rappers we interview say the same thing. When you watch it live and then you watch it on video, is it different for y'all too?
Absolutely.
Is it different for y'all?
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's people that you think won on the spot. You like, yo, he killed them at the arena, at the venue or whatever. Crowd going crazy. But then when you watch it back on tape, it's a whole different story.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Now, saying that, everybody asks this question. I gotta ask, Mike. Judging system. Will there ever be a judging system on Smack?
I mean, we're gonna have different programs. We're gonna keep, the regular program as it is too, but then we're gonna have programs where we're gonna implement where, they're gonna be judges, and if you in this particular, this is this type of a bout, and we'll have judges, actually judging the battles.
How do you think that's going to go once y'all do that, though?
I mean, it's still being built right now. I think that, it's important just to build a credible judging system, that the fans could, respect, and the rappers could respect, and the association could respect. So it's going to take, some work, and, we're going to have to, definitely, connect, thoughts with those three units and try to establish something that's, credible to all three.
Now, do you think a lot of these battles, they never admit a loss? Do you feel like they're gonna step to the plate when you say, "Yo, I want this battle judged. We gonna give you this amount of money"? Do you feel like they're gonna step up and do it? Do you think the egos will allow them to?
I mean, yeah, like this is what you in it for. Like, you know what I mean? If you can't take, you know, a judgment, then you don't really need to be doing this, because you ain't gonna be able to really know where you at with it.
I've seen one person do that
Yeah.
DNA, like before the battle came out with K-Shine, he kind of like, you know, he kind of got me when y'all see the video.
Yeah.
I think he the only one I've seen that did that.
No, DNA keeps it 100.
Yeah.
Like, you ever like, what was I gonna say? Like, you ever just want to take the money away? Have you? And let me ask you, do you think that money has ruined the sport a little bit?
Yes, absolutely. I think money is the downfall of like a lot of different, you know what I mean, industries, and ain't no different with this one. You know what I'm saying? You know, once you got money involved, it creates greed, it creates, you know, animosity, and, you know what I mean, just confusion with, like, you know what I mean, the whole system of the culture. You know what I mean? But I think that, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, these guys are very talented, and they should be, you know what I mean, you know, compensated for their talents.
It's a
but,
gift and a curse.
you know, I mean, at the same time, I think that, you know, it gets to the point where, you know what I mean, they escape reality, you know, and it really put a damper on, you know, making, you know, certain battles happen that the fans want to see.
How much more difficult did money make battles happen? Like, how much more did that affect battles?
I mean, it affect the whole culture. Battles, it affect the whole culture. Just, you know, it's a business now. It's an industry. It became its own industry. Like, you know what I mean? So now it's like it's all politics. You know, it's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Now, you know, speaking on that a little bit, the biggest thing online the past 3 days, you know, Lux and Hollow in the other league. They say smack. You know, now everybody's in the panic. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they saying that, you know, y'all ain't in the panic.
I ain't him.
I mean, like, you know, the internet, they talking like, yo, you know, they got the big battle. Oh my God. You know, like, what's your response to that? Like, you know, like, what, you know, everybody thinks like this is like the greatest battle of all time.
I mean,
I don't see it. I don't believe
it's a good battle.
I don't believe
it's a very good battle. If I say I didn't want it, I'd be lying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted the battle. I've been working and trying to get and have that battle established for like the last year and a half.
Say why right now. Why?
Yeah.
Why you pick Hollow against Lux? Why?
I mean, it's just, you know, it's just
Get that answer, man.
Nah, I mean, it's just requested. It's what the fans want. The fans called they want to see that battle for years. And it's my job to deliver what the fans want. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, me personally, is it a good matchup? Do I like the matchup?
That's what I want.
Then,
this what I
you know,
asked for.
I mean, the matchup is I like all matchups. When I designed the URL league, I put it together so everybody can see everybody. No running, no ducking. I want to see what styles match up with what different styles, how they gonna, you know, react to, you know, this style from that style, and we're gonna be able to, you know, withstand, you know, the battles, like, you know what I mean. So that's just one battle that the styles is completely different, and I'm interested to see how it's gonna come out. I'm going to enjoy that one as a fan, because that one basically, you know what I'm saying, would cost too much money.
You got cheated for it too then as a fan.
What?
You got cheated out of it for a fan. For
for
that battle. Like,
what, for the Lux and Hollow?
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't get cheated.
You just not saying you're going to watch it too as a fan.
As a fan.
Like, as a fan.
But
like,
can you address?
As a fan,
I
you
can't entertain it as, you know what I mean, me being a, of my company, because I just didn't feel that that money that was being requested for that battle, I didn't see like how that money was gonna be recouped. I mean, like you said, it's a business at the end of the day. I love them. I love these dudes like brothers, and I ain't mad at them. I wish them luck, and I'm gonna support them 100%. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna support that, and I want to see them win. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, it's just not, you know what I mean? It didn't make sense businessly, financially for us to invest that much
That's
money in one particular battle.
Yeah. This is a business, and you want the brand to grow. Yeah. So spinning off of the business part, to touch on the same area, people always ask this question and be confused and not understanding the whole Arsonal thing, the way they see the back and forth. Not really a back and forth. It's really been, you know, stuff said from the other side, and then they see him on that stage. Do you want to address that for people who don't understand that, the business part, like from the outside looking in, I'd be like, I'm confused. I thought he said he would never go to URL and this and that.
Arsonal?
Yeah.
It's a business, man. Like, you know what I mean? It's never personal. Like, you know what I mean? You know, these dudes, you know, I mean, they you know, basically, they use like a lot of things for promotion. Like, I don't believe it. It's entertainment, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing really happening. Like, you know what I mean? We go back and forth with each other. We all together, you know what I'm saying? It's all love. We got jokes and everything, you know what I mean? It's all love, but it's a business, man. Like, you know what I mean? And, you know, I think, you know, Arsonal is a dude that, you know what I mean? He know how to market himself and he know how to cause controversy. He's a villain. Like, he's gonna turn up. That's why I book Arsonal, because he's gonna sell his battle. He's gonna sell his fights or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. He just like he gonna work for his league and try to come at me, go at me just to promote his league or whatever. So
are you okay with that though? Like, do you understand the business wise? Are you okay with him doing that, or?
I mean, I'm okay with it. Like, I
don't care. Like, kills me before he answers. Yeah, he
like there's some like fan questions.
A lot of fan questions.
Wait, real quick before we get into that, just the business. Let Boss Chick know she got a little question.
She got a few lists.
She wanted.
First, she want to know about the male versus the females. What's your